Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Gathering of Bros. As always, I'm your host, Esquivel, Eskuhvel, for those of you who don't know how to spell it, joined by my co-host, good buddies, Brothers for Life, Leo Veritas. Say hello, Leo.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And the one, the only, the super annoying Bulbasaur.
Hey.
See, I told you guys he's annoying. So, yeah, we're just a bunch of friends who love video games. We love nerd culture in general. We love a lot of different things. Full-bodied women among them, and poking fun at each other is really fun, as you guys have seen.
Wow!
just wanted to let you guys know that you could get a hold of us. It's so many awesome applications. Discord. First and foremost, we're very interactive with our Discord. So if you guys wanted to contact us and talk with us about anything that we discuss in our shows, we have a ton of different feeds from Game of Thrones to Smash Bros. To Star Wars. We've got some Doctor Who in there to Dragalia and Power Rangers. Engage with us. Get on there and let us know what you guys like. If you want us to create a brand new thread, we could do that. Be sure to also follow us on our Twitter at Gathering Your Bros. I'll mention this again at the end of the show. I just wanted to throw it out there so you guys know that there are ways that you can contact us and engage with us about the things that we all love. So,
and the link is available in our bio on our Twitter.
Yes, anywhere you can listen to us. Typically, there will be a description, especially YouTube as well. You will be able to find the link to the Discord and all the ways you can get a hold of us there in the bio, the description. So, yeah. Welcome, everybody, to the Gathering of Bros. On the docket today, we got some just brief updates for Overwatch. Nothing really Star Wars related. It's just kind of dead after May the 4th and all those announcements that happened. So after that, we're going to move into just Sonic Team Racing, which is kind of this new thing that just came out, and they're going to try and suck me into this new game, like they did Smash Bros. And then, we're going to pass over to Leo, who's going to lead us in some Smash Bros talk. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about anime, a little bit about, I think we're going to talk about the Spider-Man trailer at some point. That's going to be a good show. I'm excited. So we got a lot to talk about. Let's jump on right in.
Are you excited? I can't really tell.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Unfortunately, it's difficult at my house right now because of all the background noise. I'm trying to really focus in. There's a lot of distractions, so forgive me, guys, for being so distracted. Anyways,
you are forgiven. Don't worry.
Let's jump on in. Damn right. Let's jump on in. First and foremost, just talk briefly about some Overwatch. Like I've told you guys previously, I've been kind of taking a break from Overwatch. I was playing like every night for months on end and just like really, really putting in the time. Of course, having a Switch now, thanks guys, it gives me something else that I can play. So that is contributing to me taking a break. But at the same time, I was getting a little burned out. I am feeling like I'm ready to jump back in, especially a new event just dropped, the anniversary event from when Overwatch was first originally launched back in 2016. It's a really cool event where usually you could only buy certain skins and cosmetics and emotes and things at certain times of the year during certain events. Well, during the anniversary event, you could buy anything and everything, which is really cool. So if, let's say, during a Halloween event you miss something, you don't necessarily have to wait till Halloween. You can get it now during the anniversary event, which is really cool. So there's a bunch of things that I'm definitely looking at getting. A lot of really new cosmetics that just came out. There's some updates to the game, of course, that I haven't really seen yet. The Havana map has officially dropped in the queue as far as quick play and competitive. So, yeah, I'm excited to jump in. And, I got my cousins that I play with on there and a bunch of friends that I'm actually meaning to talk to about getting involved in Smash Bros. But, yeah, definitely looking to jump back in for this new event. I'm pretty excited. So that's my little update on Overwatch. Guys, tell me about this Sonic Team Racing. I'm really interested in hearing about how it's going. Bulba, I know you were playing it right before we started recording. Tell me, what's going on?
What's going on? You mean like
with the
how
game?
awesome
What's
this
going
is?
Is
This
it?
game's actually
You tell me.
pretty epic. I actually kind of like it more than Mario Kart, to be honest.
A gasp!
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that is saying something.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's because it's brand new and I've never played a racing game with Sonic, so I like it more. The controls for me feel better. It's just more appealing because I like Sonic better than I like Mario.
Same, to be honest. But
yeah.
With my hesitations for Mario Kart, I know I might have mentioned it in the past about how the drifting is just necessity for the game. There's a specific play style that you need to play in order to be successful. Otherwise, you're trash and you get left in the dust by your buddy Leo. And just hearing you say that it handles differently automatically perks my interest, and I went from slightly interested to I'm probably going to get this game. So,
well, let me clarify real quick because this game has drifting in it, and it is necessity because it gives you an extra boost when you get out of it. But it's not detrimental because
that's the key.
When you're racing in a team of 3. So if you're Sonic, it's going to be Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. I don't know how it is online, but in the story itself, it's Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, or 2 other characters. And if someone's in front of you, one of your teammates is in front of you, they leave a trail behind them. And if you ride along that trail, you're building up slingshot boost. So once you get out of the trail, if you've ridden in it long enough, you get a boost just for getting out of their trail.
Right.
Huh.
So
that kind of takes away the...
Similar to Mario Kart with the what's it called, airstreaming then?
Yeah. Let me hop in because Bulba's been playing the story. I haven't even played the story yet. I just, in order to talk about it on the show, I played a little bit of online play. So there isn't a need to be any one type than the other. So you could be Shadow, I can be Shadow, and you can be Silver the Hedgehog. It doesn't matter.
Say Amy, but
I didn't want to say Big the Cat, but it crossed my mind. But you don't need to be any particular type because there's 3 different types. There's a speed.
Is Dr. Eggman a character?
Dr. Eggman is a character.
Okay, that's all that matters because I actually like Dr. Eggman. I think he's a hilarious villain. He's probably one of my favorite villains in all of video games. So I'm excited. I'd probably play as him.
Well, cool. Then it'll be Shadow, Silver, and Dr. Eggman on a team, apparently. I'm only playing Silver because I decided to let Bulba be Shadow because we had a Discord argument discussion using emojis, and we decided that he was going to be Shadow. So anyway, no, but it's not too dissimilar. It's a kart racer. It's not too dissimilar from Mario Kart. You're going to still need to drift. It's just part of this game. It's part of kart racing. You have to learn how to drift because you need boosts. You need boosts so that you can get faster, be faster, go faster than your opponent. So it's how it is.
Yeah, but
the thing is,
I acknowledge that.
Hold on. The reason I'm saying that is because to Bulba's point and what he said, it's the same online from what I experienced. You can be in first place, but it's a team of 3. So you need to have second and third team members in higher spots because that's ultimately how you win. So if you're in first place and your teammates are 11th and 12th place, you're not going to win overall. Does that make sense? It's a team.
That totally makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it's a team effort. So from what I experienced, I played 1 round with Sonic and 1 round with Silver. It's fun. I like it. I'm going to get into it, and I think after recording, Bulba and I are going to play for a little bit. And honestly, I recommend it to the listeners. It's $40. It's less than the price of regular Switch games, honestly. It's fun.
I was surprised when I bought it. I was going to buy it regardless, but...
My interest is definitely peaked. And if I could clarify, I'm not saying I see the value of drifting, and I understand its purpose and how it's meant to help you win. I understand that. I don't know if it's just the map that we played in particular in Mario Kart, but I felt like I was expected to constantly drift. And to me, it's like, this is a Tokyo Drift the game. This is Mario Kart, where there should be straightaways. Honestly, it was probably just the map that we played. It just gave me a really bad impression.
It probably was, but also, if you really think about it, the 8 is pretty much, for you to drift around the 8. It's not a straightaway. It's an 8.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like I was expected to constantly drift, and, I felt like I couldn't get past second place because you're such an expert at drifting.
I'm not.
For me to have...
I'm totally not.
Well, I don't know. From what I had seen, there was no way I was going to beat you. You were that good at drifting. So
my name is not Gravy Boy, okay?
Yes. Now, for all you listeners out there, if there is a king of Mario Kart, it's definitely Gravy Boy. If there's a game that he excels 100% over his brother Leo, it's going to be Mario Kart.
And Madden, but we'll talk about that another time.
Madden's another story. That's a completely different story, and it depends on the year of Madden and everything. Let's put that aside. Yeah, unfortunately, I just was never really able to feel positive about this Mario Kart. Now, previous Mario Karts, like the Double Dash, I didn't even have a problem with Double Dash. I thought Double Dash was fun. Of course, the original Mario Kart, super fun. But I don't know, something about this one that came out on the Switch, it just didn't sit right with me.
Get good.
Get good.
Yeah, I probably, if I would have put more practice in and played it more consistently, it's possible I would have enjoyed it more. But from the few times that I did play it, I just felt like the feel of the game, it just didn't feel as Mario Kart had in the past to me,
I'll say this before we move on to Smash. I thoroughly enjoy playing Mario Kart. I'm obviously not the best. And if you guys want to see someone who's really good at Mario Kart, go check out N64 Josh on his Twitch channel, because he does Mario Karts, I believe, late night on Friday nights, and I think on Mondays he does it at like 3, and this is Pacific Standard Time. But check him out, because
hopefully Josh can inspire me to love the game. I'm really hoping for it.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Sonic Racing. The same.
Yes, that too. You could get Sonic Racing, and then we can all 3 be on a team, and I have to worry about matching up with randoms.
Hey.
But yeah, I mean, enjoy learning from watching him play, because he's really good at drifting. That's all I wanted to say.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay, Forrest. So, we're going to move on to our next topic. I think I've done enough brooding over Mario Kart and how disappointed I am. Smash Bros. Has pretty much taken over our lives, especially since now I personally have a Switch. If I'm not doing anything else, I am practicing my butt off, trying
he's not telling us he's playing so we can play us.
That's because I'm tired of getting beat down. I just need to get some AI practice so I feel comfortable with my character. And I'm proud to say that it's paying off, because I played a match with P. Murph earlier, and he complimented me right out after the match and said, "You're getting better." So I was like, oh, this feels good to hear that, because P. Murph is good. And he was playing Ganondorf, and y'all know, friggin' dude, like, did you watch that match, Bulma? Like,
oh yeah, of course I did.
Dude, like, if I didn't kill myself, I could have taken him down to one stock. Like,
what was it? You did an up B on the edge, and you went forward, and
I went straight down. Yeah, it was stupid. It was completely an accident, but I had the potential of taking his Ganondorf down to one stock. He was going to beat me 100%. Like, I'm not even flirting with the fact that I could have beat him, but
I just want to throw this out there. I took 2 stocks from his DDD. Just saying.
Did you? Oh my gosh.
So
2
excited.
of them. I am very excited, because he keeps trolling me with that damn DDD. And
where he eats you and then kamikazes himself off the freaking edge? Oh, yep. Dude.
I've gotten out of it 3 times.
If
Still
that's
died, but
really?
I got out of it.
What do? You move in a circle? You hit your joystick in a circle?
Yeah, joystick in a circle, and I don't. And by the time I realize I actually got out, it's already too late.
Oh, dude, I gotta try.
I think I recovered at least once.
Usually, I think he whispers in my ear, just let it happen, and I just like fall. So now that I know, like, you can get out of it, I'm going to thrash so hard and see if I can get out. But yeah, man, that's not fun. Anyways, yeah. So I'll pass it over to you, Leo. Lead us with some Smash Bros. Discussion. Go for it.
Yeah, for sure. So this past week, Sunday, I believe, I went to my local, which is technically Esk's local also. I guess it's a little bit farther, but... So I went, and Esk was going to go, but he had a previous...
I totally forgot. I feel so bad.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
He went to go do that, and I went by myself. Otherwise, Gravy Boy would have gone with me, but he also had something he was doing. He had to go to a friend's graduation, so it's fine. It's fine, because I think I needed to experience this, and let me expound on why. So I go.
That's a big word.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
I've been reading the dictionary every day. Word of the day.
Nerd.
Yeah, that's what I
Word of the
day. Word.
Seriously, I went in and I had logged on to Smash.gg, which is where I go to sign up for the tournaments and whatnot. And I looked and saw that there were about 13 people signed up total, I think including myself. And I had a feeling. I just had a feeling that I was going to get wrecked. Like, I knew I place online when I would do the Smash Bros. Cast tournaments and even beyond the metagame, like, I place like 9th. And at typically, like, that range is probably around 13th in a locals. And I guess that it really just depends because, I don't know, this one doesn't typically get big. Like, it was a good amount of people the first time I went, and slowly but surely after that, it just like started dying down more and more. But I went 0-2. My first match, I lost to a Mario. I went 1-2, so I took one game out of the set. And the second game that I lost, I beat a Lucina. And then he changed to Ike, and he beat me from there. So I went 0-2. And honestly, I was really discouraged. Because, and this is no offense...
Hey, little buddy.
And this is no offense to you guys at all, but I know that I'm better than you guys. And I know eventually you guys can catch up to where I'm at. And I guess my goal is going to be to try to outpace you guys. So in other words, like, if we're going in a race, like, I'm ahead of you in the race, but it's very plausible that you guys can catch up to where I am. My goal is to stay in front of you guys, so to get even better than I am now. And I think what's happening with me
after you said, I know you guys can get better, I almost went, ha, but then I was like, wait, that would be a burn on me. So I should probably not do that. Anyways, go ahead.
So I'll take, we'll take that burn for you. But
you got the burn.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have a really good experience, man. I won't lie. I went in, I was alone, sat by myself. I wasn't off to the side or anything.
All by himself.
Because the fat bee wouldn't come.
My bad, man.
That's the truth.
So I do feel bad. Like I said, I did have a prior engagement. It was the Game of Thrones premiere, and I went over to a buddy's house and just drank wine and watched the last episode of Game of Thrones. So, my bad, bro.
You could have drank wine at the Smash tournament and watched Game of Thrones.
He actually would have probably been having something from Quickly because it was at Quickly, which is, yeah.
Honestly, like, the Quickly alone almost got me to come. I was so excited to get something from Quick. I don't know what it is. I was just like, like, you know, like, yeah.
Let me finish my thought before we start reminiscing about the times you've had Quickly. So I basically was just a little mini depression. And shout out to my wife, because she cheered me up, and we went and we had dinner. My son was at my parents' house, and we had dinner, and I felt better after, talking with her and her encouraging me not to give up and everything. But let me just explain to you guys why this even is a thing and why I'm even talking about this. Because to anyone who's listening, they'd be like, well, if you're good and you're better than them, then you should hold your head up high. Well, yeah, to an extent. But, and I talked to Gravy about this, and shout out to Gravy. I promise you guys I'm going to get him on the show. He's finishing up this semester in college, and then he's going to have more time so we can get him on the show. But
college.
Shout out to Gravy. He also helped from a different avenue from being a Smash player, and my wife helped just mindset in general. But Gravy kind of gave it to me like this when he was talking to me. He said, you have to put your pride aside when you go to the local tournaments, because you never know who's going to be there. You never know what matchups you're going to deal with, and you just never know if you're going to have a bad day in general. And he said, when you go, and he wasn't saying he was going to go with me, but he's like, when you go, you just got to have that in mind. And I'm going to try to get you and Gravy and Bulba, if you come visit us anytime soon, I'd bring you too. But I'm going to try to get you guys to go with me. It's not this Sunday.
Now, I don't know if it'll make you feel any better, but I'm like 100% confident that had I gone, I would have been absolutely annihilated.
I'm going to tell you right now.
So
that would have made me feel better.
I'm going to tell you right now. Honestly, having you there, and Gravy maybe even might have won a match, because Gravy might have had better matchups than me. But honestly, Esk, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. I'm pretty confident you would have gotten obliterated. But
for sure.
But
I like the moment you asked me to come, I knew. Like I told you, like I don't know. I think you need practice.
Yeah,
you're like, just come, you coward. Like dude, I would have been, I would have been destroyed so bad.
Well, the reason I wanted you to come is just so you could see what the scene is like, just so you can see how other players play and how it's different playing online than it is in person and all that stuff. And you have a more...
I'll go to the next one for sure.
Yeah, you have a more outgoing personality, and we've always riffed off each other. You go in, and then I come in for the kill. That's just how I
set him up, and you knock him down. Yeah, that's pretty much our relationship for like 10 years, everyone, just so you guys know.
Yeah. So, it just in that alone, I can tell you with you being there, it would have been better. And Chrissy wasn't even there, and Chrissy is... that for me also. So it was just
in your comfort zone at all.
No. And honestly, like the TO, shout out to that TO. He's a really cool dude. And he was doing his best, but they actually had a stream going. So, he had to be over by the stream table and making sure all the matches were getting reported and all that. So it's not like he's going to go and hold everyone's hand. Like, I'm a grown-ass man. I should be able to make conversation with people, man. It's just, my problem is, I feel like once I start talking about, the particular match, or like, hey, like, do you know any tech I could do? Or like, can you give me any advice? I feel like once that conversation ends, because I did that for a couple tournaments, once that conversation ends, it's almost like awkward silence, and then they walk away and they go start talking to like whoever they're with. And so, I don't know, just, it's a mindset thing for me. But I've decided that unless I have someone going with me, whether that's Gravy or whether that's you, Esk, or maybe I'll make another friend through the Discord who lives in our area or something like that. I've decided I'm not going to go by myself.
Something I will let you know is that you had good experiences in the past where people have been like really friendly and like talk with you and like giving you pointers and stuff. Like, that's awesome. I love that you've experienced that. But what you experienced at this one, that's mostly what happens, because I hate to say this, but a lot of people, they're just dicks, man. Like, they go to these things, they don't want to talk to people, they just want to go in and play Smash, and, go home and continue practicing. They're not going to socialize. They're going to just play Smash.
No, yeah.
And that's unfortunate because that's what these tournaments is all about. It's about engaging with other people that love Smash like you do. So if you're going and you're not responding to people who are like trying to, maybe get some pointers because, they admire your play, what are you going for? Like, why are you there? Just go play online. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
They want to win money.
Yeah,
they want to be good enough to be in top 3.
That's redundant. That's all I have to say about that.
Well,
okay,
not
just because I'm so garbage that I couldn't win any money. Like, I'm telling you right now, like you go to these things for more than just money. You go to engage with a group of people that share common interest. And I'm sorry that happened. I will say that sometimes it takes prodding, like I can do. Like, I can bring that out of them sometimes just because I'm a very sociable person.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't have to do that every time. You should go to these things expecting to talk to people and make some friends. Like, if you can't even do that, then it's frustrating to me. I'm sorry you had to go through that. I apologize.
No, bro. And I don't want to put this on you. And that was not my intention.
It's all my fault.
Yeah.
It is all your fault.
It was not my intention to try to put it on you or put it on Gravy or anything like that. It basically was just me saying to everyone who's listening, it's going to be that way. Just like Esk said, there's going to be times where it's going to be that way. And there's going to be times where you have a higher standard set for yourself that you're going to perform better than you have been. And it just might not happen. You might just go 0-2. You might go 1-2. And that's fine. You just got to stay the course. And I have made the decision to not go to that particular local unless I'm going with somebody like Esk or Gravy, because if it's just Gravy and we're brothers, so we're going to be able to talk about anything and everything while we're there at that tournament. And then someone who might be alone there, we can go up and talk to them and go from there. But when it's just me, I'm not as outgoing. Like, I almost feel like I always need backup or something. It's just a mindset thing for me. But
I feel you, dog.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, dog.
It's a no for me, dog.
In general.
Somebody got that reference.
Yeah. In general, that I just decided that I'm not going to do that by myself. So.
But is the next one also going to be a Quickly?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That makes me happy. Okay.
It's held,
I'll make sure to go to the next one with you.
It's held at the Quickly in Vallejo. If you're a NorCal listener, if you're from the Bay Area, and you go to Quickly Vallejo, smash boba and tea, I'll be there. Hopefully with Esk and Gravy. It's not this Sunday, but in...
I'm gonna get me some matcha boba, baby!
It'll... Good for you. It'll be in 2 weeks, I believe. But I'll keep everybody updated with that. Now, with that being said, I also had the ability to win my way into being a gym leader, which is what they're calling it, in the Beyond the Metagame Discord. So again, I'm plugging Beyond the Metagame. They're an awesome Smash Bros. Podcast, and they have a lot of the insight that I myself don't have because they've been playing for years, and they have just pro-level knowledge for this game. But in their Discord, they had an online tournament that I joined, and I got 9th place. I was one of the 4 people that got 9th place. And because the top person who won didn't want to be a gym leader, and I guess 2 other people dropped out, didn't want to be it, I basically fought my way into being a gym leader. So I am a gym leader in Beyond the Metagames Discord. Now, you may be asking, what do you mean gym leader? Well, if you've played Pokemon, obviously there's Pokemon gyms, and you fight the gym leader for a chance to get a gym badge. In Beyond the Metagames Discord, what they've done is the top 8 in the tournament that they had, this online tournament, have gym leader roles. And if you fight us in a competitive set, which is best of 3, with the competitive stage list and everything like that, striking the stages and doing all that, just as if you were in a tournament. It's like a little mini tournament. if you win a best of 3, you get a gym badge. If I win the best of 3, I defend the gym badge and whatever. I currently, as of this recording, am 3 for 4. So I lost 1 match, but I've defended myself 3 times. I think that's a cool idea.
Is it like Japanese dojo rules where if I challenge the dojo and I beat you, that the dojo becomes mine?
No.
No.
That's not how it works? Okay, I'm just curious.
No. I thought that's a cool idea. And if we ever get bigger, and I'm sure we will, here in our little humble Discord we have now, I will be happy to shout them out for this idea because I think it's really cool. Because it's not necessarily a tournament, but at the same time, they have it set up so you go through all the gym leaders. If you get all the gym badges, you have a chance to fight the Elite Four, which in this case is the Elite 2. It's just AV and Peon right now. And if you beat them, then you become the champion.
I would be the Brock of gym leaders. Like, I'd be like the easiest one to beat. Like, people would be like, just ask.
Yeah, I
gotta stomp this fool.
I believe it.
That's my badge.
Unless you play Pokemon Yellow, then you're screwed.
Yeah, that freaking Onyx he was not a steamroll, I will tell you that.
Well, anyway, as we've gotten off topic, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, and that's what I'm doing now. But
congrats for that, bro.
Yeah, Boba, I'm gonna ask you some questions, and then
I might answer them too.
Cool, sweet. It'll help the listeners to have something to listen to other than hearing me ask a question. That would be wonderful.
Cool, sweet.
I'm happy I could be of service.
So, how was your week with Smash?
Well, technically my week was just today because I've been traveling. I went to Pensacola with the family, took my son to see PJ Masks live. Yeah, that was awesome. Not going to lie.
I didn't know what it was until you had said so in our chat, and I looked it up and was like, what are kids watching nowadays? But anyways.
It's like the Wiggles.
Yeah. That and Paw Patrol. Anyway, We're not here to discuss Paw Patrol and PJ Masks. So yeah, we went there for a couple of days, and then I had to go somewhere for work for another couple of days. So I haven't really been playing too much except today. But today, my friends, today has been the best Smash day of my life.
Really? That's good, man. I mean, I've been kind of following along on your chats, and I can see you've been getting it pretty good. So tell us, how has it been?
Oh, it's been great. One thing that Anvil, my mentor, my sensei, for Mewtwo, had kept doing to me the very first time that we played and he was kind of teaching me, was spiking the hell out of me on the edge. And I did about, I think, 2 or 3 of those to Murph. Oh, it was so exciting. Oh my god, there's no feeling like it.
Mewtwo spikes are pretty crazy.
You spiked P. Murph?
I spiked
twice?
P. Murph twice.
Dude.
It was epic.
Balls on you, man. Oh, and man.
One thing I learned from Mewtwo that I did not know until today was a fully charged Shadow Ball will hit somebody that's hanging on the edge and send them flying.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. A fully charged Shadow Ball will hit them.
I was hanging on the edge earlier, and you threw it at me, and it didn't touch me, but I don't think it was fully charged, so that's good to know.
I think it also has to do with the way the wave is going, of how it's flying. If the bottom...
It goes up and down.
Yeah, if the bottom arch touches your hand, you're out. Or, well, depending on how much percentage you have, but
yeah, you're
probably going to be out. I thought that was pretty awesome, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's dope.
But yeah, so my Smash week, day, has been insane in the membrane.
Well, that answers the other questions that I was going to ask you about games sticking out to you and if you're still staying with Mewtwo, so...
Yes, Mewtwo is my man.
Cool. And Esk, you have been playing without us?
I've been playing when there's like this window that I'm able to play before it gets so dark that my folks go to bed. Because yes, I live with my folks. Yes, I'm not ashamed. So we're painting in my house right now, and I don't have a door on my room, so it's just like wide open. And I'm a heavy button masher, so they would most definitely hear it, and I would wake them up. So I haven't been able to play at nighttime, which is really the ideal time to play with you guys.
Right.
So when I've been playing is that like very small period of time in like midday evening before you guys kind of like really get on. And I've just been playing a level 9 PC. And I've been doing it because I feel like if I could consistently beat a level 9, it will mean that my skill has gotten better, because at this point, well, not at this point, I mean, I can consistently beat a lot of level 9s now. I'm switching between characters at this point to get practice against their movesets and their timing, because I think that was a big flaw of mine, is just not understanding a lot of the timing of each character.
So this is good. This is good. Let me stop you. Hold your thought, because I'm going to explain something to you.
I thought it was bad to play level 9s. It's not effective.
That is exactly what I was going to say. So there are pros and cons, and I've heard it both ways now, but there are pros and cons to playing a level 9, because level 9 is frame perfect all of the time. They're able to perfect shield. There's basically no DI when they are off stage, when they get to a certain point. It's not like playing a person. And so...
I fully admit that, yes.
Yes, and so... With that being said, you can definitely use that to an extent, because I did that at first when I started playing Ultimate. I trained with level 9s. What I decided to start doing is make arenas to just play random people. Because playing in quick play, you get sometimes people matched up with stupid rules, like one stock 3 minutes with...
Oh, yeah, I've had that.
Pac-Man in the corner of a huge stage. Like, it's just like, what? What are you doing? Why would you even make the... Anyway, so the best thing to do is to make an arena, put it for anyone, make it a public arena, and then people will randomly just join, and you could play those people there. And honestly, that's what I've been doing recently when I'm not playing you guys or playing people in the different Discords. I
think I'm gonna get there at some point, but as of right now, like, I'm solid on Cloud right now. I feel really comfortable with his timing and his movements at this point. Can I ask you? I know I played a game with you earlier. I know I ended up beating you, Bulba, but I feel like it was an early game. Maybe if you had warmed up, it would have been a different story. How did you think my play was?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot better from when we first started. I'll give you that. Yeah, it was an early game, and I was kind of not feeling the game at that moment, because, as you could tell, after you had left, I gotten a lot better against Smurf.
Oh, yeah. And that's something that I always expect, is the more games that we play, like, the better that we get as far as, like, we get warmed up. That's the whole thing.
Right.
So I'm not holding that against you or anything. Like, I completely understand that. I was just curious that...
No, yeah, you
first game
have gotten much, much better.
And that's a sign of what I've been doing with the level 9s, is I'm getting my timing down, my combos down. A big thing for me, and you guys have probably noticed this in the past, is I get turned around really easily, and I don't realize it, and I'll go to, like, hit my B / long distance attack, and I'm facing the wrong way. And, like, that happens to me all the time. I've been working on paying attention to that more and focusing on, like, where I'm facing when I do my attack. Something else that I've actually realized is a huge help, and this is going to sound really strange, but I had this problem when I used to shoot guns, right? And for some strange reason, when I was a Boy Scout, I used to shoot a shotgun. I got my shotgun merit badge, but it took me forever to actually start hitting my target. And I didn't know what the heck was going on. And then one day my dad asked me what eye I was using to aim with. And I was using the opposite eye. I wasn't staring down the barrel. I don't know why I did it. It's the stupidest crap. Now, once I fixed it, I started hitting my target every single time to the point of where I was marksman, right? So I thought for a moment maybe I was having that similar problem in Smash, and I was like, okay, where am I looking when I'm playing this game? What am I focused on? And I realized I'm not focused on my opponent. I'm focused on myself. So rather than paying attention to where my enemy is and that spacing and like literally eyes locked on where my opponent is on the screen, I'm focusing on myself. That has been messing me up so bad. And the moment I started looking at my opponent and like locking my eyes on him or her, whatever, on the screen, my whole style has changed because now I'm more able to accurately hit and my timing has completely changed. It's amazing. Just that small change. So what I've been mainly doing is practicing that and getting these habits formed so that way when the time comes that I'm actually playing a live person, like I have these proper habits formed. So that's what I've been mainly focusing on. However, hopefully, God willing, I get a door in my room tonight. I can play you guys and start putting some of this
tonight
that I've been practicing. Yeah.
You're hoping tonight, or it's happening tonight?
Well, I don't know. I have to see if I can get my door on. It's already like super late over here.
Because apparently it takes 3 days for a door to dry.
Well, you have to take the door off and then paint the frame, and the frame takes it's an all-day thing, especially when you're doing multiple frames in the house. And then you paint one side of the door, you let it dry, you flip it, you paint the other side. Why are we talking about this? We're not. It takes a long time. Don't worry. Hopefully, God willing, I can get my door on and we can play tonight, guys. End of story.
Right
or you can take your TV into the garage and still play tonight.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't work like that, man. I'd love to explain to you why it doesn't work, but it would take me an
That's
absurd
a whole
amount
other
of time.
episode.
That's a whole other.
Well, let me say that's awesome. I'm glad you have a perspective change. And that's exactly what I do, and exactly what most pros do is you look at your opponent, you look at what your opponent's doing, you read your opponent. And
Dude,
so,
it was messing me up so bad, man.
Yeah, so
I didn't realize it until I thought for a moment. I said, "What if I'm doing this wrong? What if it's shotgun all over again?" And then the moment I switched my focus on the screen, I was like, "Dude, I'm not missing my attacks. Like everything is perfectly timed." It's game changer, bro. It's a freaking game changer.
Good. I'm glad. And Bulba, I don't know if you do that, but that's something for you to work on too if you're not. That's good advice for the listeners too.
He probably does. I'm probably just a dummy, so.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I was reading something. What are we talking about?
Are you being serious, or are you?
I can't tell if he's being serious or not.
Only half serious.
I'll reiterate for anyone who might have dozed off like Bulba did. We're talking about focusing on your opponent rather than your own avatar as you're playing. So you're being able to read your opponent rather than looking at yourself and going, okay, am I shielding? And suddenly you look over at your opponent rather than you kind of just know the dimensions of the stage by now, right? You know, Final Destination's flat. You know, Town and City is going to become Final Destination essentially. You know that Kalos has the two plats on the side as soon as you get up. You kind of just know the dimension of the stage. And I'm not saying you never look at your avatar, but most of the time you're looking at your opponent because you want to make sure that you're reading them. And that's essential to growing in this game. But
yeah.
But really quick, I just wanted to say before we move on that playing level 9s is great. Being able to beat them is great. But don't hang your hat on that at all because, again, everything is frame perfect. It's basically cheating. They basically cheat because there's no way not even human input could do that because it just doesn't happen. So don't try to train yourself to be able to fight a level 9 going, okay, as soon as I beat a level 9, then I can go on to humans. No, don't do that. That doesn't work. I tried doing that at the beginning
I understand
of Ultimate. To the listeners, if you're going to practice, try going into training mode. You're able to just practice against the dummy. You get better ability to figure out combos and whatnot and go from there. and or set up an arena like I do. I don't even go in the training mode, and I know I'm supposed to. Everybody's like, oh, go to the lab and lab it out. Yeah, that works for some people. I'm one of the people that I don't like going into the training room. However, for new players, it might benefit you to go in there and practice short hopping, to go in there, practice short hop fair, short hop bear, short hop nair, practice all that stuff so that
exactly
you can get that done.
And that's what I've been doing.
I still don't even.
With those videos,
the short hops.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I'm still practicing on the short hops. I've been practicing a lot. I've been having a lot of issues falling through platforms.
Yeah.
And now, just based on that game I played with Bulba earlier, like I'm definitely improving with.
Yeah, sweet.
Fast falling is definitely an issue with me.
So check out the training room, lab it out, as they say. But yeah, let's head on over to the Far From Home trailer, since we're gonna be talking about that.
Yeah, I'm super excited to talk about this. I've been waiting since I saw it. I know you guys are Spider-Man fans just like me. I'm a really, really big Spider-Man fan. Ever since I played the old Spider-Man games on the original PlayStation,
Spider-Man?
I've just been...
The old Spider-Man games?
Spider-Man games.
Oh, man.
I don't know if you guys ever played those games. It was
Spider-Man?
just Spider-Man, and then
games?
the next one was Spider-Man Electro's Revenge.
Both
those games were just outstanding. The original PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah, I
and
think I remember.
They were so addicting. I remember my Uncle Luke babysat me one time when I was a kid, and he brought his PlayStation over. And I spent an entire night playing Spider-Man, the first one. It's an amazing story. It's got this really interesting plot that Dr. Octavius teams up with Carnage, and they hatch this plot against Spider-Man, and you're basically swinging around a city, and it's like you can't touch the ground because there's like smoke, there's poison smoke. It's really
Spider-Man does. Swings around.
And like I fell in love with Spider-Man with that game. I was already like a fan, but Spider-Man, that game really cemented my love for the hero. And of course, then we get Tobey Maguire, and I was really mixed on the whole Tobey Maguire Spider-Man saga. I don't know about you guys. Like, I just feel like it was too drama driven, and I'm really hoping that this next Spider-Man doesn't fall into that brooding type of drama that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man kind of had. Of course, we got the Andrew Garfield one, which I thought was actually a really good fit. He was just a smartass, that's what Spider-Man is. He's talking crap to all the guys that he's fighting. He's a smartass. So now that we have this new Spider-Man, we got Homecoming, and the events play out in the Infinity War and then in Endgame. So this is taking place after. I love that we got a new look. Tell me, what did you guys get from this trailer that really dives into the effect of the loss of Iron Man on Spider-Man? Bulba, I'm going to start with Leo because he expressed that he was like really emotionally connected to that relationship between them. So I'm going to start with him. So Leo, let's go for it.
Well, yeah, I like how they're portraying it. Obviously, he's a hero. He's seeing that he needs to step up and be the type of hero that Iron Man was. And obviously they're showing stuff like the murals and the candles lit for him. And I like that. Just seeing how torn up he is about it. It's funny because it's pretty much the reverse of how Tony was torn up about Peter being gone. It's now the reverse, and we're seeing how he's dealing with it pretty much. And I like where it's going. It seems like it's going to be a great movie.
I also think it's going to be a great movie. I'm really excited to kind of like continue the storyline following the events of Endgame and to see, hopefully, Spider-Man take on a leadership role in the Avengers. And it almost seems like that's what Fury's kind of like expecting of him. He's grooming him for the leadership. Bulba, what did you think about the trailer?
I thought it was incredible. My question, though, because you say you're a big Spider-Man fan. Mysterio is in this.
Yeah. Yes.
Since when is he a hero?
He's not.
Okay, so the thing about Mysterio is his shtick is that he creates
A persona.
well, he creates a persona, but he creates false emergencies to make himself come out as a hero. So
Okay, that makes more sense now.
In the comics, and it looks like they're taking a different spin with like they talked about the dimensions and everything, but in the comics, he worked for a movie studio and he was like the stunt coordinator and worked on the explosions and everything, and he did something that was way too dangerous, and I think it either killed somebody or it almost killed somebody, and his reputation was ruined, and Spider-Man essentially came in and saved the day, and he was lauded as a hero, and he like internalizes it and holds a grudge against Spider-Man. Obviously, that is not what is happening in this trailer, but it looks like they're taking a spin on it. I think maybe he has created a problem, and I think he's stringing Fury along. I honestly do. And I think he's trying to come out looking like a hero. He's probably really pissed at Spider-Man for being there because he's like, this isn't about you, kid. This is about me. So expect him at some point to go from being the quote-unquote hero to being the bad guy.
Okay, so that makes more sense now that I understand that he pretty much makes things up, essentially.
Yeah, I think that's how they're going to go, too.
The trailer makes a lot more sense now. Because I knew Mysterio was not a hero. I knew, in the deepest part of my pit, he was not a hero.
You were like, this doesn't make any sense. Like,
yeah, I was getting pissed off watching it because they're depicting him as a hero.
I'm glad I could help you understand then.
I am also glad that you can help me.
Okay, well, if there's anything else that you guys want to say on Spider-Man before we move on, because we're going to talk about anime for a little bit before we head out. Anything else, guys? No,
I think we're good on Spider-Man.
Yeah, let's jump into this anime.
We're excited for Spider-Man. So, yeah, let's talk about some anime. This week, there's a couple things I want to mention. I started watching The Disastrous Life of Psyche K, like I had mentioned previously, because he was featured in Assassination Classroom. And what I will say about Psyche K is it's a different kind of anime. What it is a comedy. I found it hilarious. At least once per episode, I found myself laughing out loud. A lot of the characters are just freaking goofballs. Psyche is kind of like this emotionlessly cold individual. He's a psychic, and he kind of like is set apart from everybody. So he's really cold. And so he's the straight man, and everybody else is like super goofy and wacky. I just find it extremely hilarious as a show. I think it depends on your type of comedy. You're either going to get it or you're not going to get it. So I recommend you watch a couple episodes, test it out, see if you like it. I only have watched the first season, which is only like 20 episodes, and they're actually rather short. It's an interesting show. I think you guys should give it a try. That's all I have to say about it, really. Also, before we move on to when you guys... I did watch Eureka 7, properly pronounced.
Eureka 7.
Eureka 7, yeah. I feel fine. Honestly, I feel fine calling it Eureka 7 as a show, and then her as Eureka. I'm okay with that. Overall, it was a good show. Out of 5 stars, I'd probably give it a 3.5, bordering on a 4.
That's fair.
The last part of the show, I was so lost.
Yeah, man. It was interesting to say the least, but I can say, and I'm not going to ruin anything by this because I'm going to keep it spoiler-free, so Boba hasn't seen it yet. Boba hasn't seen it yet. The relationships within the anime is what caused me to like it so much. And, of course, Johnny Young Bosch, who at one point was the Black Ranger, he was Adam from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He has a great voice actor career in anime. He's in a lot of different things, but he is the voice of Renton. And correct me if I'm wrong, Esk. I believe it's Renton.
Yeah, it's Renton. Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the last name, but his name is Renton for sure.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his last name.
The main character, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway,
it's Eureka and Renton.
Yeah. So yeah, I really just liked the relationships within it. So I'll let Esk expound on that in a little bit, but I real quick want to just say that I started watching Iron-Blooded Orphans, which is Mobile Suit Gundam. And Gundams, if you watch Gundam, it's a niche. So if you're into mechs, giant mechs, and fighting, and even story, really, Mobile Suit Gundam is great. Iron-Blooded Orphans...
Honestly, I've been thinking about getting into a Gundam show for a while now, but I've been meaning to talk to you about it because there's so many different ones. I don't know where to start. Well, I think, honestly, the one I really want to watch is the one from Toonami from a long time ago.
Gundam
but I don't
Wing.
even know which one that one is. Is it Gundam Wing?
Gundam
okay,
Wing.
yeah, dude. There's so many. I couldn't even tell.
Oh, man.
So thank you. Yeah, I know. I'm going to write that on my list. Gundam Wing. I'll put it in our chat so I remember.
Yeah, and really quick, let me see if I could find my list, because I can tell you what Gundam to watch. Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny. So Gundam, Gundam Seed is really good. So if you want to start besides Gundam Wing, Gundam Seed, and then right now I'm watching Iron-Blooded Orphans, and that's on
Gundam. What is it? 00 or something like that. It's the Unicorn Gundam. That's a good one too.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's good. Gotcha. It's kind of slow starting up, but once it gets going, it's going.
There was another Gundam I watched, and I can't remember, but I really like that one also. Just look into them. Honestly, if you like... This is just being very shallow with Gundam in general, but if Gundam look cool to you, and the just overall like design of a Gundam looks cool to you, watch that one. It's more than likely going to be produced well and have good voice acting, so what you see is what you get with Gundam. It's just for that fighting mech niche.
And while we're talking about fighting mechs, I've been watching Code Geass.
Yes!
And I have to say that it's an incredible show. The
Dude,
only
yes!
thing that annoys me is, like, I don't know what they did when they drew their hands and fingers, but when he wraps his hand around his eye, I don't know why, but it just annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah. Like, there's a few
It's just unnecessary. It's unnecessary.
Yeah, there's a few animes that they have some artistic things that bother me, like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but in Black Clover, the shadow underneath their necks is, like, so annoying.
No,
There's a few things like that.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, well, it's bothered me. So the same, I didn't notice that in Code Geass, but now I'm probably, next time I see it, it's the only thing I'm going to be able to see. So thanks a lot, Boba. But
hey, you're welcome.
Let's end it off with some anime recs. I'll start it off. To anyone who hasn't watched Gurren Lagann, watch it. It's good.
Yeah, I gotta pick it up again.
It's good. Get through it. Push through it. It's good.
Oh man, something to recommend. I have to think about it. Boba, go ahead. What would you recommend? Anything you've been watching lately?
Pokemon.
This guy
can't go wrong with that one.
So
Dragon Ball.
Okay, there's a few that I have recently added to my queue. I've watched 3 episodes of this one. I'm feeling like Bulba, this is right up your alley. It's like a much lighter, like significantly lighter high school DxD. I don't know, I'm still getting a feel for it. It's basically a harem anime, but it's much lighter, right? Data Live. Have you heard of Data
know
Live?
What? I have started that, and I actually really liked it, but other things came up, and I stopped watching it for a little bit.
I think I'm on like episode 3. It's an interesting anime. I'm curious to see where it goes.
I'm on 14.
Oh, dang, you're deep into it. Okay, well, there you go. So you've seen that. So yeah, there's a bunch of anime definitely that I have on my queue now that I didn't a couple weeks ago. Just to drop a few that I think have caught my eye. After Lost is one that it's relatively new. I think there's only like 7 episodes. It's one that I've had on my list that's been recommended to me by Funimation, and I'm super interested in it.
After Lost?
After Lost, yeah. And they advertise it all the time because it's like it's streaming
yeah.
now. Like it's a new show. So 7 episodes deep. Every week a new one comes out. Interested in watching it. Yeah, there's a few others. Heaven's Lost Property was recommended to me by somebody in the forum. I don't know what it's about. I have to give it a peruse.
Yeah, it's in my queue now. I literally just saw it after I looked up Data
Somebody
Live.
told me it was interesting. It was about an angel that falls to Earth or something like that. So, yeah, there's a lot of different ones from heaven. Yeah, so I feel like we need to set some more time, maybe in our next episode, to really dive in, because I know I have a lot on my list that I've added that I want to talk to you guys about. A lot of animes that really seem like I'm like really impressed. So yeah, we'll do a deeper dive at some point. But
so you're not really impressed.
Anything else?
Really impressed.
There's a few of them that even from the description and just the art style, I'm impressed with the concept. Like, I'm honestly just, this past few weeks, I've just been so surprised with the quality of anime on Funimation. I'm loving Funimation now. I'm so glad I have this subscription.
Yeah, same.
I would have to agree.
Like, I was so hesitant for so long.
I have Funimation, yes, I've had it.
Oh my
you should just, honestly, Boba, you should just like, because I'm not giving mine up. I like having mine. But just bump off of mine, man. I don't even care. Just do it. I'll create an account for you.
You're so sweet.
I know I am. All
and
right,
watch Steins Gate.
Yes, I'm getting there.
Do. All right, guys. Well, this has been Gathering Your Bros. Thank you guys so much for joining us today on another gathering. As always, it's a pleasure. Don't forget, you guys can stay in touch with us in so many different places. Our Twitter is @GatheringOfBros. You'd also find us at our Discord, Gathering of Bros. Feel free to send us an email, send us an essay if you want, about our show today. We will read it, and we'll let you know we read it.
And we might read it on the
show. To us
show.
about anything, yeah, for real. If you want to talk to us about a specific topic you want us to talk about, please feel free to do that. We love recommendations. We want you guys to engage with us. We want to hear from you. Don't forget, you can find us at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course our YouTube channel. Subscribe for notifications so you know whenever our new videos post. A lot of different ways you can get our content, guys. We're just glad that you're here and a part of the Gathering of Bros. Thank you for joining us again on this wonderful episode. We will see you next week for the Gathering. Until then, don't forget, guys, stay gold.
Peace out.
Peace.